Because we are having some visitors to the studio today from Manchester. They come along to see us doing our programme because they are part of the Older People's Radio Network and have their own radio station. And Colin from them has agreed to come and tell us a bit about what it is they do. So should we start off with this Older People's Radio Network? What's that, Colin? Yeah,
it's Sonder Radio. It deals with mostly older people at the present, but we're branching out. How I got involved was I'm a member of Ambition for Ageing in Manchester, and I was at a meeting and they said to me, "Have you ever heard of Sonder Radio?" And I said, "No." "Well, would you like to go and find out?" So I went down to the Old Granada Studios in Manchester and introduced myself, and they were having a focus group, so I joined the focus group, and I liked what I heard, and I started going every month then to these focus groups. One of the exercises that they were doing was what was the first record that you ever bought? So I said mine was Paul Anka and Diana.
Oh, I remember it, yes.
And I said the only problem was it was an old 78 and they were very brittle, and I took it off my record player, put it on the chair, I forgot it was there and I sat on it, so Paul Anka ended up with a broken heart. But I went to about 4 or 5 focus groups each month, and I was invited with my friend Sarah to do a programme called The Time of Their Lives. This was when we picked a year, we picked some records from the year, a bit of information as what we were doing in that year, and a little bit of history of what took place in that year. And the audience had to guess the year, and we played for about 3/4 of an hour, and at the end we gave them the year that it was.
Okay,
we did 2 programmes like that. Then I moved on. I was asked to meet a lad from Cheetham School of Music who comes from Nottingham. He was interested in jazz. Well, I've always been interested in jazz, especially big band. So we got together, and Sonder asked would we make a couple of programmes on jazz. So we picked a few tunes, picked a few artists to do, and we got the history of the artist, the history of the song, and we started a jazz programme. We did, and what we did was we played a big band tune, say. Then we spoke a bit about the artist, maybe Ella Fitzgerald or Count Basie, and then I used to go to jazz clubs in and around Manchester in the 1960s and 70s. So I spoke about that, who I used to see, and when it was 1 6 a pint and stuff like that. Those were the days, eh? Those were the days, yeah. I used to go 3 or 4 times a week.
Gosh,
Even the local pubs had jazz on in those days. And we did 2 programmes. It wasn't scripted. The Times of Your Lives was scripted, but these 2, we just made some notes, and then we just went for it, and it turned out all right. Yeah. You can get our programmes on the internet.
Can you now?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about this. Sonder Radio, is that just a community radio station like Nova?
It's an internet radio station.
Just internet?
Just internet,
yeah.
Yes.
We broadcast on FM as well as the internet now. Yeah. But do you've been listening to our programme here.
Yes.
Is there anything equivalent broadcast on Sonder Radio?
Not quite.
No.
Not quite. No. Not because yours is more current stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, we have this theme, and obviously time of the year now is for getting out and about, so that's why we decided to go for this. We could choose a theme which is totally unrelated to the time of year, though. We've had some quite interesting ones. Let's think of some ones we've done on
Death.
on
Debt.
what debt
Yeah.
scams.
Yeah.
Scams we've done.
Yeah.
Hi, Karen. My favourite was sex and drugs and rock and roll.
Oh, that's
Well, that was, yeah.
Which was you?